Welcome to Youth Baseball Talk with Gabriel and Chris.
Today's sponsor is JJ Designs. Thank you for your sponsor.
Today's guest is Austin Villanueva. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
So, what made you get into coaching?
Man, it was actually something I always wanted to do, whether it be at a UIL level, youth select level. It was something I always wanted to do. I know the first time I ever actually gave somebody a lesson, when I look back at it, I was 12 years old. Taught a good friend of mine who was a great athlete how to hit the ball, and by the time he was a freshman in high school, he was on the varsity, and he had never picked up a bat. So that's just, at that point in time, I remember thinking like, man, I could probably do this later,
Yeah.
you know?
For
And,
sure.
So that was probably when it actually started around that time. Put my mind to it
Yeah.
and thought I could do it.
Just something that just came natural to you.
Yep. I didn't even, at the time, it was just like, man, this he can maybe be on my team. I teach him how to hit, you know?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
And we did. I'm literally in my garage facing outward into the driveway. So it was interesting. But yeah, it was probably the first time. And then in college, we had to help the youth, in off season and stuff like that. So I developed a passion.
So, when you first started at 12, did y'all have a team going on? Or
yeah,
got just something like, hey, I want to
Oh
play
yeah,
baseball?
at 12, it was a local team, but it was full of goons, thugs. 12 years old, it was an all-star team. We were called the Texas Heat. Anybody from my area that grew up playing when I did remembers that team.
Mm-hmm.
And we typically, you win first place in your league, coach picks the all-star team, this and that. So I thought maybe this kid maybe had a shot to play on our team,
Yeah.
and he ended up being on what was the other all-star number 2 team. So I think it worked out. I mean, he went from nothing to making an all-star team the first year he ever played baseball.
There we go. What area are you from?
I grew up in Garland.
Oh, in
Yeah,
Garland?
my roots go back to Tyler.
Okay.
North Tyler.
Yeah.
And I'm actually the only person in my family born in Dallas County. Everybody else is East Texas.
Oh, really? Wow. Man, how long have you coached and how long have you been with UB Braves? I know y'all recently changed names,
Yeah.
so how long have you been with, let's say, your core kids?
These guys, this team, I started them when they were 8. So it was 8U. Coach
8U.
Pitch. Yeah. And then before then, obviously, I was with Dallas Tigers. And before then, Texas Sports they merged into the Tigers. So I started youth, I think it was 2015
Nice.
when I got going.
Yeah.
That first group of kids I had are now like juniors in high school.
It's crazy seeing them grow, huh?
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. I still follow a lot of them on Facebook and see
Right.
them driving,
Yeah.
posting their license. I'm like, golly.
Yeah.
This dude was just 10 the other day.
Exactly, man.
it's
It goes by so fast.
too fast. I don't like it.
Hey, me neither.
Yeah.
Makes us feel, what do you say, old, man.
Yeah.
It makes
Oh,
us
for
like,
sure.
man, I thought I was still young.
Yeah.
Nah.
Lose track of time in this youth baseball stuff.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Big time. I don't have many days off.
That's good.
So I miss a lot. Time goes by fast.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure, man.
Yep.
So, what keeps you coaching in youth baseball since you don't have that much time in your hands
Oh,
other than being with the kids?
Yeah, it's man, I just developed a passion for it. Just like anything else. Just, I just care about it. And I just want to keep doing it. I had in 2014 is when I was last working at the Rise. I don't know if you've ever heard of that place in Rockwall.
Uh-huh.
And kind of where I built up the clientele in the Rockwall community was when I first had my job there. And just kept retaining customers. And I was like, man, I'm good at this. I'm natural. It wasn't even hard. It wasn't even like trying,
Yeah.
And then finally got into the full-blown baseball market that I wanted to be in and had one lesson client. Lessons cost a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And that was in 2014, 15. So now I'm a full-time instructor. That's my job. I don't do anything else. So that's what it was. I just gave it my time and effort and stuck to it because I realized, where am I going to go make $75, $80 an hour doing what I love to do? It's not happening.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
It's not happening. So I just decided at that time that's what I was going to do. until I can't anymore.
There you go.
Until my arm falls off or my legs stop working.
Throwing those bullpens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on average, and I'm not exaggerating, 600-700 throws a day,
Yeah.
and I'm fine. Like
Yeah.
we can go out and throw right now. I just threw for 3 hours. I can go
Dang.
do it again.
Now, do you have a son on the team?
My stepson of mine.
Stepson?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, on the 11U team.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's on the 11 team, and then my son is on the coach pitch teams that I coach also.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's tough. My little guy, he's plays 7 and 8U.
Yeah.
Does both, just if max reps, keep him rolling.
There you go.
And his older brother is actually a 10U eligible player, but he's on my 11U majors team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they are also a part of why I kept doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Is because we all know if you don't have your hand involved in a little bit, who knows what's going to happen to your kid out there in this baseball thing.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
for
Who
sure.
knows? And with my background and my experience, I just decided that's another reason why I was going to do it, to guide them the correct way.
Yeah.
I don't need somebody else to do it.
Yeah. See, that's the difference between you and I. I don't mean to interrupt, but my little background, you probably see my Facebook. I coach also,
Yeah.
but it was time to give Mark up to someone else because,
Yeah.
he stopped listening and taking instructions. That's how we found Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, here you go.
Yep.
It was like, it's time.
Yep.
You wanted to stay in it, which is great because that's what you want to do. I was like, oh, I have to give it up.
Yeah.
But, man, that's what makes youth baseball so fun and exciting. Like,
And
hey,
it's
I
tough.
can
It's still
handle it.
tough because you don't realize how many people are looking for teams without a kid on it that's
Right.
coached by a dad. It's
Yeah.
all over the place. Everybody wants a paid coach.
Yeah.
Everybody. And I understand that, but that's why I sacrificed the first 4 or 5 years of my career building this up.
Yeah.
Because now, so what? My kid's on the field, but
Yeah.
I've proven that I'm gonna win
We're
and
gonna do it.
compete,
Exactly.
and
And
no
y'all
matter what.
Yeah, y'all play at a high level.
Yeah.
A very high level.
Oh yeah, no, it's and that's slow baseball is bad baseball. That's what I tell my kids.
Yep.
And so we just try to speed it up for them, make them play faster,
There we go.
push them, and so it goes back to the boys. But Kaysen, my stepson, he was 3-4 years old. He was
Mhm.
bigger than 6 and 7 year olds.
Yeah.
So I just was like, man, get those mechanics down.
there
Let
we
him,
go.
and by now he's 10 years old, hitting balls in the gap and, playing a year up at an elite level.
Yeah.
He's in a good spot right now.
There we go.
Yeah, he's in a good spot.
Now, how do you build team chemistry outside of baseball? Do you do any like team building? Do y'all go to the lake together? Do y'all play any other sports together?
There's been times where, we do. I think when you have a team like mine, when you got people that live an hour and a half, 2 hours away, a lot of times that's out of the question.
Yeah.
Getting together on a random day, a lot of people don't. It's hard for them. So we definitely, when we go to travel,
Mhm.
we go to eat or we'll
Right.
go do something like that together because that's when everybody's there and available.
Mhm.
So that's usually when they do it. And then I know in the off time, you see kids playing basketball together,
Yeah.
going hanging out with everybody at their house and stuff like that. I do support that. I'm not a big attendee
Mhm.
on those events when we're playing.
Gotcha.
It's for the team.
Yeah.
I get to know the kids and stuff at practice.
Right.
I don't attend most of those things.
Okay.
But I will.
Right.
I just, a lot of times, it's always in the job description to keep it professional and not see basically people giving yourself what do you call it, favoritism.
Right. See,
you know,
You nailed the point because some people are gonna watch this video and be, well, I disagree. But it's not about disagreeing, it's about how we call it team building.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let my players build chemistry. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be involved because I build chemistry with them
Yeah.
on the baseball
we're
field.
there. We are there. We're
that's
hands on
good,
with
man.
them.
That-
We're
I-
hands on with them.
I like that.
And now I have gone to eat and done that before with
Right.
them. And people have my teams have held little surprise birthday parties for me at restaurants.
Mhm.
That type of stuff is
Yeah.
I appreciate that,
Exactly.
But I like the kids and the families to bond with themselves because that's
That makes sense,
like
man.
you said, because they're in the stands together.
Yeah.
They're in the dugout together. So they're the people that got to sit with each other all the time.
Exactly.
What is your coaching philosophy?
So I'm a big hit first kind of guy. Like, I will teach a team approach, drive the ball, hit the ball versus small ball bunt. So my approach is we're going to hit to win this game. If I got bases loaded, one out, I'm trying to hit that ball in the gap
Mhm.
instead of
Noted to
instead of
Coach Brandon.
instead of
No, I'm just kidding.
instead of bunt the ball down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
we got plenty of time for that.
Oh, yeah.
Teach your kids how to hit in this pressure situation right here, because
Mhm.
that's going to be more valuable anyways. You're not getting to another level. Bunt and
Swing away.
and I'll never forget. Won't name anybody, but when my team was 9, we're 9U majors. Our team was 9. The team we're playing against. I mean, 6 guys out of 10 kids bunt. And I just, I'm just completely against that. Teach a kid how to hit right now.
Yeah.
Worry about that other stuff a little bit later, because now you see my guys when they were 8, I was throwing. I had a parent clock me an 8U coach pitch. I got 52, throwing the ball 52 miles an hour to my kids in coach pitch game.
Dude,
Teach them how to hit. Teach them how to hit the fastball, because that's what they're going to see for the next 2 years.
Chris, who does he sound like?
Coach Brandon.
See, but
He's like,
but
I'm gonna
look
work
at
the
where-
pitcher.
look at where he's at though.
Yeah.
Look at his team and look where he's at.
Yeah.
So when you see like what we do and you see it similar,
Yeah.
I mean that's why we're there in that level.
Exactly.
That's why we're there.
So on training, do you have your kids training outside of practice? Do you tell them like, hey, I need you to be training on this, and then next time on practice, we'll look to see your progression?
Oh yeah, we talk about homework and stuff like that all the
Okay.
time. With the teams that I have, they're talented, so you don't have to stand on top of them and tell them, hey, this is what it needs to be. Show them a couple times. Hey, you can go home and work on that, or you can book a lesson with me and we can work on that some more. But yeah,
Mhm.
no, definitely, it's a must, dude. If you want to keep up with the speed of the game,
Yeah.
then you got to work. And there's guys on my team. I don't instruct every one of my players. Some guys can't hit with me. Some guys need to go over there and hit.
Yeah.
They're dealing with me in a game, in practice, now, and if they're hitting in a game, so there's nothing for me to say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's fine. There's people, and again, won't say any names, not ever going to do that, but that you literally better take a lesson from them if you want to play.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I know. I know what you mean.
But
man.
they do need to be working, or else it's not gonna work out for
It's
them.
not
Game
going to
time,
benefit. Exactly.
So the detail part of the game is what I stress to the kids.
Yeah.
They can work on that while they're warming up, like shortstops. They can work on that little quick transition when they're warming up with their partner. They can work on their feet work. They can do all these things. They can work on all these things while they're not doing anything. So this is
Exactly.
one of these little things that I stress to them is to work while you're not doing nothing.
Yep. I agree.
Nope.
How do you manage your team in pitchers? Because I know a lot of teams manage right off the back on pool play. We drew a really good team. I'm gonna throw my ace. How do you manage them? Do you throw a slower pitcher on Saturdays compared to Sundays?
It's all about who you play,
Yeah.
and it can even be the time that you play.
Right.
Like let's say if I draw the top team in the tournament, first game Saturday at 8 a.m. Ground is wet, kind of cold. Big guy that throws hard is not going to be able to hold that ball and be effective. So I'm going to throw somebody slow at him and just try and keep him off balance and know that guy's not going to try and do too much.
There we go.
Now, if we get Orozco and the Canes first game and we play at 11 in the morning, everybody's fresh.
Yeah.
I might have to go to my ace that game.
Yeah.
Starting out. It just all depends on who you got and what time, the field conditions.
Yeah.
For instance, Mavs ballparks, a 100-foot fence. You throw a fastball at them.
Bye.
There's all these things that go into that decision that I made.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot, dude. People don't understand. I can't sleep the day before the game.
Right.
And then
Well,
between games, between Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah.
I'm really not sleeping.
At the level you're playing, I would hope not,
Yeah.
because here in the DFW, there's a lot of top teams that the major levels up against.
Yep.
And that's just here in DFW.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
we're like that big compared to what else is going on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
cool, man. That's cool.
And so, how many tournaments do you play in a season, or how many do you have planned for this season?
Just for the 11U?
Yeah.
Just for the 11U, it should be around 11 or 12. And then the 7U and 8U between them will probably be 12.
Okay.
And then I keep going. Because with my job, I'm involved with all these teams on baseball operations. So I'm involved with all these teams. I'll be at 2 other teams' tournaments. So you can just add another 12 to that too.
Time out. Explain it to me. You said baseball operation. What do you do?
I build teams. Build teams for United Baseball.
Okay.
South, yeah.
UB, that's what that means?
Yes.
Come
United
on,
Baseball
come
Braves.
on, talk to us. Explain a little more.
Okay.
I want to hear.
No,
we
so
want to
baseball
hear
operations,
this. Okay.
I'm the guy that's in control of the day-to-day baseball stuff that goes on through the organization. So even like this Friday, we have a fielding clinic, a free clinic for our players who are invested into the program, who are paying their dues. We offer clinics throughout the season. And Friday is our fielding clinic for an hour. We get out there and show them what, we think they need to be working on, depending on the type of crowd we get. You make your decision based on what you get, what's there.
Right.
And so if it's more 13, 14, 15, we'll probably work on more double play flips and quick techniques on how to make the play faster, stuff like that, plays on the run,
Gotcha.
stuff like that for the older guys. The biggest thing I think about this stuff is to be available, man.
Yeah.
The availability is important. And I just do my best to stay available for all these kids and like I said, another thing is to stay in the space.
Right.
The public space of youth baseball. If you go out to a tournament, there's a big chance you're gonna see Villanueva out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big chance, whether it's coach pitch or kid pitch.
Gotcha.
And so basically staying in the space, building good teams, hiring good coaches. A lot of the success of teams is within. If the parents and everything are bought in, that's where the success comes from. If you can get all those people to invest in what you're providing, they'll be there. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's why I said I'll be at other teams' tournaments too, because I want to make sure that I'm providing a good experience for them.
I'm gonna go back to UB. Okay. How big are y'all?
Man, they're pretty big. It's pretty big. So Cade Griffiths, Danny Florence, James Bell, and I want to say another partner was the guy in Denton, the back guy, Harp. So Scott Harp and myself, I partnered with James, brought 8 teams over from the A's that I developed.
Right.
So you got Collin County, you got North Texas, got us, Mesquite, Branch. I want to say there's a Dallas, Addison.
Okay.
So all these guys I listed all had organizations, Frozen Ropes,
yeah,
DBAT Elite, Baseball Nation, and they all joined and formed United Baseball.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty big, man, and it's developing quick.
Where's United Baseball based out of?
So Danny Florence, I want to say the main facility is in McKinney with Frozen Ropes at Triple Creek.
Oh, Triple Creek. Okay.
Yes,
perfect.
yes. And then obviously our facility in Mesquite also.
Okay. What tournaments are you looking forward to this season?
Man, I look forward to all of them, dude.
Oh, come on, man.
All of them.
Get in. Give me some detail, man. I knew you were going to say all of them, man. That's a coach's answer, man. I want to know which one you're looking forward to go to.
The Elite 32 in Florida.
Gotcha.
That's the goal. So the ultimate goal is to get there and play in it and win it. That's the goal. That's my whole mindset.
Here we go. Here's the curveball. Besides that one, because that's a big one.
Yeah.
What little local or 2-hour away tournaments, if you're doing it, are you looking forward to?
Man, the NITs are always good.
Yeah.
USSSA NITs. And that's the reason. I'll go back to the Elite 32, which is also a USSSA tournament.
Right.
When you go down there, if you hadn't played any USSSA before you get down there, when you get there, your seed isn't going to be good when you start. You won't have any points.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense for me to play when the goal is to play USSSA Elite 32. It makes no sense for me to go run an NCS every weekend.
Right.
Go run the perfect game every weekend. Go do all this other stuff when the goal is to play in that and try and win that. Give myself the best chance to win that.
Gotcha.
I have never actually coached in the Elite 32, so I'm all about it. I'm trying to win it. I mean, I want to go out there and compete in it, not just go out there.
And just for fun, vacation?
Yeah, believe me, bro. I'm not trying to do that at all. So That's the goal, and that's why I'll stick to what I'm doing. I'm gonna play in some perfect game and V-Tool and all that other stuff that's going on right now. But for the most part, for my team, the goal is to go to the Elite 32 and win that.
Okay, so that's your goal this season
Yeah.
is working up to that Elite
Yep.
32
Yep,
out
big
there in
time,
Florida.
big time,
Man, we went to a perfect game tournament a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh
Seeing
yeah,
some,
it's a way different experience too. Perfect game is not the same as everybody else.
Oh, it's completely different.
Oh, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And I've been through it, seen it, played it. I know what it's all about. I'm not worried about going down there with 11-year-olds right now.
Yeah.
That's not my main concern
Right.
now. You know, I'm just not worried about that when they're 16 and 17.
Yeah.
That perfect game scene is what I believe is more valuable at.
Right. Yeah. Because I know Perfect Game was a couple years ago, maybe a few years ago. It was just catered to showcase
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, dang.
It's changed, and I think we all know why it's changed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is productive for the players to play in it. I'm not
Right.
saying it's not, but I'm not going to go out of my way if my team budget and players don't, if it's not available.
Right.
I'm not going to just go force people to go down there just because.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Now, believe me, did I want to go out there? Yes.
Yeah.
But we had 9 players available that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's not worth it, man.
No.
It's not worth
now
it.
I still have 8 pitchers out of that 9.
Yeah.
And 3 catchers out of that 9. I mean, I'm fine, but at the same time, when you get deep into those tournaments with the pitcher rules that they have, it would almost have been impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard.
Yes, no, I get it, and that's why let's just save a few $1,000s and stay here this weekend
Yeah.
and get healthy because I got 2 players down right now
Okay.
on that team, and 2 and 3 whole guys.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know, but we still got kids that compete at the plate, so
Right.
it's fine.
Well,
still
I was
compete.
looking at your Facebook. Y'all ended up winning the tournament a couple weekends
Yeah, that was
ago.
that weekend.
Yeah.
That weekend, as I said, we went out there, and all those teams were majors level.
Yeah.
Saw pitching. When we go out there, we see everybody's ace every single time, unless for some reason we caught them in a between game where it doesn't matter. They may throw somebody that's not their ace, but for the most part, anytime we step out there, it's somebody's guy
Yeah.
every single time. But I love it because they're just making us better
Exactly.
every single time. So I just say good. Let's go. Because what they don't know is on Thursday night, I was on the bump throwing them fastballs, changeups, curveballs. So we're ready for that. We want that. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm here for. You know, I don't want to come out here and waste anybody's time, especially customers.
Yeah, exactly. Are y'all playing this weekend?
We are not. We're doing the round robin inter squad
Okay.
with the 11U, but my 8U's playing this weekend in a little coach pitch tournament.
Gotcha.
So be another 2,000 pitches on the weekend.
Oh, so you're gonna be pitching that game?
Oh yeah, I throw in all those. I don't. That's it. I've had people call me the golden goose, because I'm out there. My arm don't ever get tired. Could play 7 games in a weekend, and I'm ready for an 8th one.
Man, that's crazy. I'll be at practice. I'll throw a bullpen, and I'll be trying to throw a mark. I'm like, I just got out of practice. I can't.
Feel it sore.
Yeah, I'm conditioned, man. The arm. I didn't ever have any arm trouble.
Yeah.
I didn't pitch past freshman year in high school.
Gotcha.
So I didn't put a whole bunch of miles on my arm, and when I did make throws, I was playing center field, left field, second. So it wasn't like I was overusing my arm ever.
Right.
So now,
Here we go.
all day, baby. and so the way I was taught and thrown over the top real well, my arm didn't ever hurt.
Yeah.
So thank God.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You're teaching your kids as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely, we're on our knee working on our technique before every practice, even my little guys.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good, man. All right, Coach. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up. Thanks for
Cool.
coming in today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
If there's
appreciate
anything
you
else
guys.
you'd like to talk about or bring up,
Maybe just one little statement.
Good. Let me hear it.
Okay. One of the things that I face and that I know that is around all the time is a lot of parents and families don't buy into the process. So what that your kid's not as good at 9? Stick to the process if it's on a good team. Stick to the process with the instructor that's around and watch them get better and develop. Don't run from competition for your kid. It's not helping them. These boys need to be pushed. This day and age, everybody wants to just play on the video games, man.
Yep.
I mean, you remember just as much as I did. We were outside getting better at things, you know?
Exactly.
So if I just say one thing is to these people out here that are going to listen to this and watch this is trust the process for your player. Trust it because it's a real one. You just got to trust it and stick to it.
Amen. On that, now we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, Coach, for
Hey,
coming
appreciate
in.
you coming out.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.